In today's episode, we're going to take the van from this to this.
Voila. Okay, so got the piece cut. It's kind of obnoxious to cut these, but it is what it is. So then for installing these, we got our 3M90 spray. Shake it up, and then 4 to 6 inches away, and you just kind of and then you gotta let that sit for 1 to 2 minutes until it gets tacky, and then we'll just push the insulation on. So once that's set up, then you can just grab your insulation and you'll just kind of line it up and just sort of firmly press it in. There we go, and that's it. Okay, and then this is our stack of insulation. There's no real good way to cut it. I think I mentioned this in my intro, but I tried using a jigsaw, I tried using a handsaw, I tried just ripping it. You can just rip it, but really the best way I've found is just get your box knife and I start by kind of scoring where I'm gonna cut. And then I just kind of hack away at it until it's done. And you get a lot of this fuzz that comes up, but we'll use that elsewhere.
Now we're gonna get the top here, get the bottom, and most of those you probably don't even need to spray. I think there's a, yeah, there's like something to rest it on, so we'll see how that works. All right, we got that whole panel done. Last thing is we're just gonna take some of this loose stuff from what we've been cutting and we're just gonna stuff it. All right, there she is. First panel done, son. Starting to actually look like a camper van conversion. Look at us. All right, back in the van another afternoon here. Got a couple hours to work on it before the sun goes down. But yeah, I'm just gonna get right to work today. Short introduction, but here we go. All right, new method for today. Yesterday, I put all the panels vertical on this thing, which worked fine, but I think it caused more cutting than I need to. So this time I'm gonna lie the panels across, and I'll go all the way across and then see what kind of height I'm left with at the end. All right, so unfortunately, I have just discovered that although the gap between the wall and the bed is 2 inches, it's really hard to get insulation in there. So I think it's just gonna be easier to take the bed apart real quick, put the insulation on the wall on both sides, and then put the bed back up. So we're gonna do that. Hopefully that doesn't take too much time because I only got about an hour of daylight. So here we go. Well, I'm impressed with myself. I just slapped this middle piece in, didn't measure it all until the end. It's exactly 33.5 on each side. All right, well, that's all I got time for today. Whoa now. It ended up working out really well that I had to take the whole bed apart because that made it easier to put this in. So now this is secured to these top boards, which is awesome. It's not really gonna go anywhere. Later, I gotta buy longer wood screws, but I'm gonna buy some wood screws and I'm gonna drill screws through all of the vertical supports to make sure these really can't move. All right, we're back in the van, finishing out the installation today. Shouldn't have to do any disassembly today, should go a lot quicker. I was just getting ready to cut a hole in the insulation where this door swing arm hits, right there. And I was like, man, that's gonna be a bummer. I'm gonna have to cut a hole in the wood paneling when we get to that point too. But then I realized this little guy is a clip. And so if you open this, it catches, and then I can close this all the way and we don't have to worry about it. All right, well, I guess I never started the last time lapse, but here's what it would have time lapsed. Got this door complete. So on to the next door. All right, so Mackenzie finished staining this, our bed. This was also our test run for the stain we want to use on the walls. And this is really cheap wood, so it doesn't look quite as good, but I think we like it. And then come back here, finished up this door. Really tough to get the insulation up there. And I had to stuff a bunch of insulation in all these little crevices, and that's kind of true for the whole van. That's how the van's looking right now. Looking sick. Here's the top of the bed. I got to do the entire roof. Hopefully I'm showing this well. But as you can see, the entire roof is just completely uninsulated. So we're gonna do that today. We'll see how much insulation we have left. I'm gonna try to also stuff some insulation up in here, but I'm wearing a mask today because I have to have all the doors closed, as you can see, because it's so windy here in Austin right now. So I got the windows open to help with ventilation while I'm using the adhesive spray, and then I'm gonna wear a mask just to keep it safe. Looking good. We got pretty far. It's looking really good. But once again, I ran out of the dang 3M90 spray. So, a note if you're doing this, you need a lot more of this than you think you will. But another note is you need a lot less insulation than you think. And there you have it. Got the whole van insulated. It looks so good right now. I have a ton of extra insulation, and so I'm gonna use as much as I can. And I mentioned this earlier, I'll try to return some. But just for an idea, that's how much extra insulation I have. And I've done all but like 2 little tiny panels on this van, just because I have to do a couple things before I get those done. But here's what it looks like. I'll get out of your way. Voila, it's beautiful.